What's going on, everybody? It's the Infinity Blerd, your friendly neighborhood nerd and movie buff, currently available on all podcast platforms such as iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Deezer, anything you can think of. On top of that, on YouTube and soon to be IGTV with the clips. It's good to be back. Going to be doing these more on a regular basis. So, a lot of things have been going on this week regarding news for TV and movies. So, I just had to, make an episode and give my takes on some of these things going on. So let's get into it. All right, let's talk about Marvels. Marvel released a trailer, Marvels. And I enjoyed it. It's pretty interesting. They set it up in Miss Marvel that somehow Miss Marvel replaced Captain Marvel. So it seems like they're all linked, including Monica Rambeau in a certain way. So they'll like replace each other in different parts of the universe. So I'm curious to see what the deal is. It was a lot of dislikes, man, on YouTube. 468,000 likes versus dislikes. And it's like, damn, what's with all this hate towards, is it a matter of I don't like the movie? Is it a matter of just the incels not liking female superheroes? Which one is it, Granted, I tried to give Captain Marvel a shot. I saw it in theaters 3 times and I could never get into it. But I never held Captain Marvel as a character or Brie Larson accountable because I thought her acting was fine, even though people say her acting is wooden. I personally don't feel that way. And yeah, in Endgame, when she rose up on Thanos' ship and messes everybody, that shit was badass. So I don't know. I really don't understand what like all this hate is about on a trailer when you haven't even seen the movie yet, And man, fuck that cat. That cat that took out Nick Fury's eye. I don't know why he came back. That's one of the things I hated the most about, like, you're always wondering how Nick Fury lost his eye, and he really lost it from some alien cat with tentacles. It's like, man, give me a break, man. Man, forget that cat. While we're on the topic of Marvel, turns out that Mia Goth has been casted in Blade as a female lead. I think it's going to be an original character, so that should be interesting. Mia Goth has been very hot right now. She's been in the X series, so X and Pearl, even though she wasn't nominated, which I think is criminal because I thought she was amazing in Pearl, easily best female actress, and she gave the best performance of that year. So I'm still upset that she wasn't nominated for that, but whatever. She was also in Infinity Pool, Cronenberg film. I thought it was the original Cronenberg, but it was Cronenberg's son. So I haven't seen that. Let me know in the comment section what you think of that film. Yeah, she's also going to be in the new Frankenstein movie, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Andrew Garfield is going to be in it. Oscar Isaacs and stuff. So yeah, it should be very interesting to follow her career on the next following years. And they also released this week that production on MaXXXine, which will be the 3rd film in the X series. So it's X, Pearl, and MaXXXine. So that'll be filming, and if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to come out the end of the year, or early next year. They shoot those films very quick. You know how A24 does. They push them out quick, but always with like amazing quality. Super Mario Brothers officially crossed the $500 million mark, making it the highest grossing video game film of all time. And I think it is well deserved. Definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. Looks like eye candy. The voice performances are phenomenal. I really thought Chris Pratt was going to bother me and not having the Italian accent and whatnot. But they kind of made like Mario and Luigi more like, Brooklyn Italian and stuff. At first, apparently, he sounded like Tony Soprano, so he had to dial it back a little bit. But yeah, I was all about it. I don't know, John Leguizamo has been going off last week or so, being a little bitter and stuff like that, talking about it's messed up that they didn't have any Latinos in it and whatnot, and it's messed up. I'm like, I think you're just salty because yeah, you were Luigi in that other one and it wasn't as good. So stop hating. I'm all for representation, but I don't think it's one of those instances where you needed a Latino. That's just me personally. I mean, if any Latinos disagree, let me know. Easter eggs too are also great. I'm not giving anything away because you see in the posters they have like some Mario Kart scenes and stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with it. There's some rumors that they might start a shared universe, with other Nintendo properties. I mean, that would only be the natural order of things. I mean, if they want money. So I mean, that's Illumination. I think they do Despicable Me and they do other films. So I feel like they would be very like well suited for something like Kirby. I'm not sure how a Zelda movie would work with them, and I couldn't really see them doing a Metroid movie. Um, Super Smash Brothers would be pretty interesting. So yeah, only time will tell. You gotta assume that in another 2 years they're either gonna come out with another movie or start, creating another universe, or maybe they have something in the works already. So we'll see. Hopefully they continue to work with Nintendo. So HBO will be rebranding once again, and they will be getting rid of the HBO in HBO Max, making it Max. I think that is one of the dumbest decisions ever. That's why y'all got problems with DC and stuff. Y'all keep just trying to cater to all the fucking what do you call them? All the shareholders. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, y'all keep catering to all the shareholders, and why would you remove the name HBO? HBO has so much weight behind it. All these amazing shows, The Wire, Sopranos, Last of Us now. I could just continue on how many amazing shows that have been created under the banner of HBO, and you just want to like create a new name just because you did a focus group and focus group said fuck the HBO, just Max. Yeah, I like Max. I like Maximilian from fucking Goofy movie. I like Max Bunny. I like Max this. I like Max that. It is ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, so I guess they're rebranding because they're merging with Discovery. So now we're gonna be getting on HBO. We're gonna be getting 90 Day Fiance, so we get some more Soldier Boy with his baby girl and all that great stuff. But I don't think you need to rebrand and remove the HBO. First, it was just HBO, that was great. Then they turned it to HBO Go, but they were like, nah, the Go doesn't work with what we're trying to do. Let's make it the Max, HBO Max. But now we're gonna get rid of the HBO. Anyway, stupid decision on their parts. I'll give it like a year before that shit goes back, man. It's just, yeah, I don't understand what the deal is with that. So while HBO Max, I'm sorry, just Max, nothing before that, decided that they were rebranding, they also decided that they will be jumping the price. I got a message because I have a add-on plan with Hulu saying it will go up 99 cents. I don't mind because I guess you're getting a lot more content from Discovery, even though I don't really watch it anymore aside from 90 Day Fiance, but I haven't been on it in a while. So that's fine. But what's more interesting is that they came out with a teaser for a new Harry Potter series. Rumors were that they were going to bring back the OGs, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, for Cursed Child or something of that nature. But I guess they're going to completely reboot it as a HBO show. And every book year is going to be a season in the show. So, that could be interesting because you really can delve into everything. My question is it too soon? I was like, yo, the last one just came out. I'm like, well, nah, it came out it came out in 2010. So it's been over 12 years. I feel like when you want to reboot something, I feel like something more like 15 to 20 years might be better because people are still watching and enjoying these Harry Potters and stuff like that. So the original ones, so you have a chance of kind of like diluting, the effect that the old ones had. But at the same time, why not? HBO hasn't done wrong with a lot of their shows yet. So I'm all for it, I guess. Am I all for it though? I don't know. What do you guys think? Ugh. Sorry, I was just rewatching the Penguin production teaser, and the Max logo just showed up. Gross. But anyway, aside from the Max logo, I did like the trailer. It seems that this is a direct sequel to the Batman starring Battison, and it seems like Penguin is solidifying his power once after the events of the Batman. So that could be very interesting. Yeah, Colin Farrell did an amazing job as a Penguin. It's interesting that they decided to go that route instead of maybe doing like I would have expected them to do an Arkham series, or maybe you could have done like an Arkham mini series. But the movie was amazing, so why not? That would be very interesting if Robert Pattinson, aka the Batman, aka Patman, aka Battison, aka Mr. Sparkles, yeah, if he had a cameo, that would be interesting because that would really bridge the show with the movie, similar to what Marvel is doing right now. Um, and not just like a small cameo, like maybe like a solid episode where he's trying to fight the Penguin or something like that. So I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do with that, and if they're gonna set up maybe some other villains. If Zoe Kravitz is gonna come back as Catwoman. There's a lot of interesting things they could do with this show, and maybe going forward. Um, they give maybe a villain a mini series or something like that. I would really like to see that. The rumor is that Clayface is going to be the villain in the Batman 2, so maybe they might set him up. Also this week they released a trailer for the show called The Continental, which will be a spin-off of John Wick and a prequel, I guess, about how at least the at least that hotel was established in the 70s. Like it's gonna be a period piece. So that could be interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about all these John Wick spin-offs, to be honest. Um, I think part of the charm of John Wick is that it's one of the few movies to get away with exposition, and the fact that they'd be like, "Oh man, you know what happened? How the boogeyman solidified our power? He did such and such," and they would just build up all these characters and the mythology behind them. And part of the cool thing is that you don't actually see how they got there. You just see them established. So I feel like it's like you're kind of seeing what's going on behind the curtain, and you risk a chance of cheapening the franchise. Um, so we will see what happens with that. They're already um, they're already coming out with a spinoff with Ana de Armas, ballerinas, and that's fine. She's a fantastic actress, and I was always curious about that side of the movie. But once again, they said Keanu Reeves is gonna somehow have a cameo in it, so I don't know how that's gonna work. It would have to be a prequel for certain reasons if you haven't seen the movie yet. Wink, wink. All right, let's talk about the Ahsoka trailer. Oh man, that looked good. I guess it's gonna be a direct sequel to Rebels, which I have to admit I have not finished yet. I'm sorry, you Star Wars fans will be mad at me. Like I'm not a Star Wars fan. You can see the Star Wars right behind me. But um, it's a slow burn. Clone Wars I liked a lot more than that, so I'm trying to get through it before Ahsoka comes out. Um, but I'm excited to watch it. I always liked Hera as a character, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead will be playing her in this. So that should be interesting. I find it curious that she got herself a Star Wars role immediately after she had a child with Ewan McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan. But listen, man, I'm all for nepotism, man. Um, Let me see. Uh, Last week, um, was a Star Wars celebration. They made a few announcements. Among other things, the Ahsoka trailer, and they had Rosario Dawson and Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Natasha Liu Bordizzo, roll up, promote their characters. Rosario, of course, will be Ahsoka. Mary Elizabeth will be Hera, and Natasha will play Sabine. All amazing, strong female characters in the Rebels series from what I watched so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing them reunite. On IMDb, it only says like the other ones will be in like one episode each, but hopefully it's just like a low-key Rebels sequel, and they're gonna have a lot more parts in like most of the episodes. Also, it says Hayden Christensen plans to return in there, so that will be very interesting to see a scene perhaps with Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka and Anakin. Even I guess they would have to make her look a lot younger. It could go either way, or it could be a flashback. We all know how the de-aging fiasco in Obi-Wan was. So alright, that about sums it up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, it's the Infinity Blerd, your friendly neighborhood nerd and movie buff. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon. Peace.